Two Poor Artists, where we're poor at dinosaurology, but mostly we're poor at making art. My name's Benj.
And my name's Isaac. You mean, by dinosaurology, do you mean like paleontology?
No, because we're not looking at fossils today. We're making dinosaurs.
Oh, so you think if there were actual dinosaurs, the scientists that studied actual dinosaurs would be called dinosaurologists?
Yeah, just like how there's dogologists and
It has to have something
catologists.
It has to have something Latin sounding, like ichthyologist for fish study. Like they'd have to have like some Latin word for giant lizard.
Isn't that what dinosaur is?
It means terrible lizard.
It means thunder lizard.
Thunder lizard. Either way.
I mean, it could be like dragonology. Going back, dinosaur is the scientific word for it. Dragon was the word before the scientists got involved.
Well, then I guess dinosaurology, as dorky as it sounds, is probably right.
Yep.
But, that's not really here nor there. The point is, we are drawing dinosaurs today.
Yep.
And why are we drawing dinosaurs? For the children.
What, the Cyclops children? Is that like that
One of those striped...
Daisy Head Maisie or whatever?
It's a striped hat. Like those hats with the propellers on the top.
Yeah, I get that now.
And he'll have
Why is he a Cyclops though?
There's two eyes there. They're just really close together.
Oh.
As children do.
What's that? The beauty mark?
It's supposed to be a nose, but let's just be thankful this isn't my actual drawing today. Not that my actual drawing would be much better.
Mm-hmm.
But we're drawing dinosaurs because all kids, they like dinosaurs.
Mm-hmm.
And we like kids.
That sounds creepy when you say it.
We like them in the way that you should. Like, oh gosh, there's nothing I can think of to say that doesn't make us sound creepy.
What Isaac's getting at is we recently donated a piece of art to an auction
for the children.
And it was purchased.
Raising money for the children. And yes, somebody graciously took it upon themselves to sacrifice for the children. Because, the thing is, we have been professional artists for a while now.
Right.
And then we hung a piece in a gallery, which sold.
Yep.
But we hadn't submitted something to an auction, and we thought, what better cause than to submit one for an auction for the kids.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to stop saying children because it sounds weirder, I think. For the kids, yeah. So we did, and someone... the thing is, I'd like to think that our piece selling for a substantial amount in this auction was due to our skill.
Yeah, of course.
So that's what I'm going to go with.
Yeah.
It was due to our skill.
I mean, there was other artwork at the auction that sold for less.
Okay, when you say other artwork, though, it had...
Like, they broke all the rules of art.
Yeah, it had color in it, and it...
Didn't just use a ballpoint pen.
Yeah, it had, like, pencils in it.
Yeah, there's pencils. There's paint.
Yeah. Like, gross, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'll have you know, I'm pretty sure, I'm not 100% certain, but I think our piece, drawn in the most pure form of art, sold for more than the other pieces of art.
Yep.
There was one other piece that was like a giant piece of art where it was really just words on a white piece of wood. But to be fair, there was no color.
Yeah. That was separate. It was craftsmanship involved, and there was, because I mean we accept craftsmen, woodworkers, statues like that,
blacksmiths.
We accept that stuff also.
Yeah, that's a form of art in and of itself. But if you're going to draw something, it better be pure ballpoint pen on paper.
Yes, nothing else.
Black ballpoint pen on paper.
Yeah, anything else is unacceptable. If you're stranded and you find only a blue ballpoint pen, like, okay, if that's all you have.
It's not ideal, but if you're on an island alone and all you have is paper and you feel obliged to make art, we're not going to do it because we're not desperate. We can make the purest form of art, but but paint, color,
the proper thing to do in that situation, of course, is take that blue ballpoint pen, drain out all the blue ink, go find a squid, make some black ink.
That's just what we would do, but we're purists.
Yeah, it's important that
we believe in desperate times call for desperately milking a squid of its ink.
Yep.
But I digress. For the kids, we also thought if we were able to sacrifice of our time and pen ink for the kids auction, today we're going to do something else for the kids. And as everybody knows, kids inexplicably love dinosaurs.
All kids.
Yeah. I don't know what it is. Every generation, it seems, it just keeps passing on and on. You see kids wearing dinosaur shirts. They have dinosaur toys. They dress up as dinosaurs for St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah, cute dinosaurs, scary dinosaurs. They like them both.
Yeah.
All
plant-eating dinosaurs, meat-eating dinosaurs.
And there's like dinosaur kids shows and movies.
Yeah.
Every generation has their own new
odds
ones.
Are good. If you know a kid or two, there's going to be like one of them knows like more facts than you thought possible about dinosaurs. So,
and if you're being honest and you remember back to when you were a kid, you also knew all the facts about dinosaurs. Of course, then all of those facts changed, and none of it's true anymore.
Yeah, but
and now there's new facts.
Funny how that works in the dinosaur world, but that doesn't matter. What matters is today, Benj and I have decided,
yeah.
We've decided to draw new...
It's as real of a word as dinosaurology.
Yeah, to draw new dinosaurs, because let's be completely honest.
Practically that's what the scientists do.
Let's be real. That is exactly how it works.
They find like a thigh bone and they're like, I bet the dinosaur looked like this.
I was reading an article the other day where these paleontologists, which is the proper name for dinosaurologists before dinosaurs, now that, anyway, they found, the article was titled something like, paleontologists find almost a whole dinosaur leg bone. It was like, why is that?
Big news.
Like they almost found a whole bone.
And it was all almost near each other.
Yep, it was almost.
Yeah, like so many of our dinosaurs that we have, it's like, oh, they found like a head here and like the ankle way over here, and they're like, they probably went to the same dinosaur, and they probably look like this.
But today we're not going to try to recreate any supposedly pieced together creature. We're going to make something completely new, and you know what? Given enough time, they will probably find
bones.
These dinosaurs or at least they
could find enough bones and put them together to make what we make.
And claim that what it is. Because, like, how do they really know stuff about dinosaurs? Like, how do they know? Like, I'm always baffled. They're like, oh, we know it was this color. How can you possibly know that?
Yeah.
From a bone?
They just don't.
Exactly.
I mean, I've never heard any actual scientists claim they know either about color.
Yeah, well, it seems like they have debates on the matter.
Yeah, I think it's funny. Like some of the dinosaurs when we were kids, like the what was it? The Brontosaurus. Yeah, and they're just like, oh yeah, the Brontosaurus never existed. It actually, we used the wrong head, and it's actually this dinosaur or whatever. And it's like, okay, just taking away most kids' favorite dinosaur, saying it doesn't exist.
Yeah, I mean,
what, like Littlefoot? You're just telling me Littlefoot and his whole family never existed.
Kids, I think our generation at least completely grew up on Land Before Time. Stupid name for a movie, but still, idea of watching these little baby dinosaurs.
Mm-hmm.
To be fair, completely traumatic movies in some ways, but so were all 90s cartoons.
Yeah, I mean,
let's be honest.
that's just
Like-
how it's par for the course.
Like, you go watch any old cartoons made before, like, I don't know, they're disturbing in new ways now, but old cartoons were like, you sure kids should experience the trauma of their mother dying right in front of them right now in a dinosaur movie?
Yep, they should.
Yep, that's what we've agreed upon. So.
Mm-hmm. Well, is that another limb so close to the other? We said dinosaur, not bug.
Dinosaurs, some of them have 4 legs.
Yeah, 4.
These ones are. This one. Okay. So again, we're designing new dinosaurs, which means we can have some fun with this.
Yeah, I understand. I'm just saying, like,
This is a front-facing view of this dinosaur.
front facing.
It's
How's that better?
just is.
Like, it's 4 legs in a line.
Like I said, we get to have some fun with it. We get to create dinosaurs, then why not?
And how'd the hand wrangler get
this one?
back to this time?
Come on, all dinosaurs get like nibbled on by the smaller dinosaurs.
Like, so you're saying
they
there's
lose
like
it. It's like the hand mangler
there's
of
like,
the dinosaur
like his-
kingdom.
his ancestors.
It's like the hand mangler of this time period had pet dinosaurs that
Yeah.
mangled the hands and feet of other dinosaurs. It's, that's how pets work.
So like, there's always been a hand mangler, and he like trains.
Yeah, he
It's probably like an organization.
again, you might think that's background, like the neck is somehow.
It's like a stripe that happens to be right there.
Yeah, there's stripes on the part of the body.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's what I assume.
Happened to line up.
I don't know what anybody else.
Yeah, so this dinosaur, this is a fun dinosaur. Can't you tell already?
I think I can't tell anything.
It's hard to see, I know, but you'll understand eventually. I'm gonna try to make this look like it's not the worst. Give it a 3D line effect there.
Oh.
But I've always been fascinated with the shape of a stegosaurus
Mm-hmm.
because they're just like this half moon shaped,
Yeah.
covered in spikes.
So why didn't you draw something that was similar to that shape?
It's got that shape right there.
But this is the front view.
Yeah, well, okay, that's the thing though. Like, yeah, it'd be much more intimidating if it was like coming at you. It's kind of like it almost looks like an umbrella at this point. But
I don't believe that this thing can walk, so I'm gonna be very intimidated.
It can if you just don't see the depth of it going back. It's
Like, does it actually have 8 feet?
it just balances really well.
Like, it just has like 4 feet, like in a row.
They're spaced out a little bit more than you can tell.
Like we have 2 feet in a row. You know,
Yeah.
like that's fine.
If we had 4, we'd
But
probably be
4 in a row. It's weird.
we'd be fine.
It's weird.
It's all just like like looking at human beings. It's weird that we can walk like we do anyway.
Yeah, but how much weirder would it be if our hips were just twice the size and there's 2 more
I
legs?
mean, I don't think it's that weird. It's like conjoined twins walking,
Like
but one dinosaur.
on each side.
Anyway, this thing needs a head now, and you probably are like, well, clearly you had the head in mind before this point, right? If you think that, you don't know us at all.
You've never watched this channel.
Let's see here. It's like a sort of like a goatee thing going on. There's all that debate about like, were dinosaurs reptiles? Were they birds? Because like you look at like a raptor skull, not a
Right.
skull, raptor skeleton, and you look at a chicken skeleton, and they're like identical,
Yeah.
and yet somehow we've decided one is like a ferocious lizard thing, and
Especially if you just like turn around the arms and like stop calling them arms and they're just like wings. Like they look the exact same as wings if you just turn them around.
yeah. So I mean, there's a lot of debate. This one has a little bit of fur on its chin.
Okay. So it looks like a turtle, but it's actually a mammal.
I'm not entirely sure, Benj. I mean, see, I didn't want to draw something that was like just another version of a T-Rex, because that's really, when people create new dinosaurs now, especially in movies, it's always just like, a new version of a T-Rex,
Yeah,
like
or-
all the
or-
Jurassic World movies,
or like a Spinosaurus type thing.
yeah,
or,
exactly.
Yeah. Or,
It's got lots of teeth. It's really tall, and for some reason, it wants to eat everyone,
mm-hmm.
even if it's not like hungry at all.
It's so dopey.
That's okay. We can't assume all dinosaurs look cool.
I mean, fine, but
That's its nose.
oh,
It kind of matches its feet.
I'm so sorry for it.
You can't really see its mouth because its chin's in the way. It's got like a... mouth is kind of like back here somewhere.
The way you didn't like, I was expecting it to have, kind of like a long face because most animals have like a long face. Like humans are like one of the few exceptions. And now this face is real human looking. In a horrific kind of way.
I think it kind of looks like a character from Star Wars, which really are just space dinosaurs. A lot of them. I don't know why it looks so human. I think it has something to do with the eyes.
And the nose.
I did give it like eyebrows
Like
too.
you didn't give it a snout or anything. You gave it like flat face. What is that?
That's his real nose.
It has two noses.
This is kind of just like those things that chickens have, like a what do they call those things?
I want to say gullet, but that doesn't sound right.
Yeah, you know what I mean though, like that gross part that hangs down.
Yeah, but that's under the chin, not above the nose.
It's hard to say. It has a neck kind of like a palm tree.
Mm-hmm. I see that.
I don't really know. This is not what I had pictured. But this is what archaeologists do. So just like this is probably what it looks like. Okay, so this is
And
not
then they
even.
find bones that work.
Let me explain what the original idea was for the body.
Oh,
Oh, look at that lined up too. Interestingly enough, my original idea was that this would be
It's a taco
like a tacosaurus.
with sideways.
Yeah. So we got to add some like lettuce in there, and some.
You want to hear something crazy?
I'm listening.
The other day, it was a youth group Wednesday, and
Were you
we
and
were
I
doing one
were
of
at youth
those.
group?
No, you weren't there.
What?
We were doing one of those
I'm
things.
always there.
You're not always there. We were doing one of those games where, you go to the side of the room on which one you like prefer or whatever.
Was I late?
No, you didn't come that day. But the question was,
That day.
pizza or tacos?
Oh, I was there for this because we talked about it.
No, you weren't there.
Well, we talked about it.
We did talk about it, me and you. But there was like me and like one other kid that picked pizza, and everyone else picked tacos.
Yeah, it was really weird.
And like that's just weird
That
to
is
me.
really weird.
Like I don't mind. Like I'm not like so attached to pizza and hate tacos or anything. But like to me it's like pizza is like the food that is everyone's like second favorite food if it's not their favorite. And like sure tacos are up there on the list for most people. But like pizza is what you get if you want to make everyone happy.
Yeah, exactly. Like nobody doesn't like pizza.
Yeah. But
Even
apparently
pizza is so great that even gluten-free people are like, we're going to try many different crusts
Mhm.
to try to make it seem like regular pizza.
Yeah, but apparently at our youth group, you got to bring tacos.
Yeah, we do live in Arizona, which is like the, we're in like taco country here,
Mm-hmm.
but
still, there's still more pizza places than taco places.
yeah, as there ought to be. But
I wonder, like, if you actually offered each one of them individually, pizza or taco.
yeah, it's like a
Because,
mob,
there's always like a mob
mentality thing. Yeah.
Yeah. The one that was actually disappointing is on the same day we did Superman or Batman. And it was, again, me and one other person that picked Superman.
All these darn kids.
And everyone else picked Batman. And it's like, in what category do you pick Batman over Superman? There's nothing he's better at.
It's true. Do you want like a dark, brooding, mentally unstable rich kid, or like
Just
a morally
cool guy.
amazing, super powerful, can fly, smarter than anybody superhero
Yeah.
with a healthy family relationship?
Yeah. Like, are you talking you would rather be friends with Batman? Because the answer is no.
No.
Would you rather be saved by Batman? The answer is no. Like, I mean, if it's I would rather watch a movie about Batman, it's like, okay, fine.
Still wrong, but that's okay.
But yeah, it's like you clearly just don't know good storytelling. I mean, to be fair, it seems like most writers don't know good storytelling.
Yeah.
But
don't get me started on that.
I was just trying to distract people from
This drawing. Thank you. You've distracted me partially, which has made me.
But I see you've added like a rattlesnake tail that's seasoned.
Yeah, that is seasoning. I'm glad you picked up on that because there's something about this that just doesn't.
So this is like a pre-seasoned, like, this is just like, this was the first dinosaur to go extinct. Because it's like everyone ate it.
Its head is also.
It's like the Aztecs,
exactly.
Pre-Mexicans just brought it to extinction.
Yeah, there's a lot of unfortunate debate about what happened to the dinosaurs. Realistically, people just ate them.
Yeah.
Like,
or at least just killed them because they were dangerous.
Yeah, like if a T-Rex is running around your backyard, your neighborhood, you and everyone's like, we need to. There's nothing else we can do until these things are gone.
And it's not even actually a question because every single society.
Well, that's why I said it's like
about
unfortunate. Yeah,
like killing dinosaurs. Like look at any country, and they will have stories about their ancestors killing dinosaurs.
Exactly. Like it's not really a question, but it's debated.
Yep.
Because people are dumb. But,
But this one was the first to go. Not because it was dangerous.
Because it was delicious.
You didn't even have to cook it to eat it. It was pre-cooked, pre-seasoned.
You felt uncomfortable killing it because it's like, you look into its eyes, you're like, reminds me of someone I know. But it's okay.
So derpy. I think you should name it as well as write. I see that you're writing new dinosaur or dino or whatever you're writing. But
okay, so I need to name it.
Yeah,
it's like Tacosaurus is just like
the obvious
choice. But what else could you go with? Like Seasoned-osaurus? Taco
Delicious-osaurus.
Yeah, see?
Like, this reminds me of like the Pokemons, and it's like some of them are like, and this Pokemon's flesh was so delicious, like the apple pie Pokemon.
Yeah, it's
like children used to eat this Pokemon in the wild.
Yeah, it's quite disturbing. The Pokemon Pokédex.
Pokédex entries are weird sometimes.
I think it's something wrong with all this.
The drawing.
I give it like droopy dog ears somehow. But you have to think of them as like dinosaur flesh. Like,
I was thinking of them as ears.
They're not ears.
You gave it hair.
It's just on its chin.
But it's also a taco.
Yeah, we should stop trying to justify it.
It's made out of corn.
Yeah. So what do we call this?
Deliciosaurus.
Deliciosaurus? Just sound. I don't know. Taco Bell. It's called Tacos. There we go. I got the name. Taco Supreme.
It's also like one of the monsters that would have been on like the second meatball, rainy, cloudy with a chance of meatballs movie.
Oh yeah, for sure. I should go back and watch that. This is probably just in it. We're gonna get like a copyright thing because it's just.
Yeah, I don't think we ever have to be worried about that. Even if we tried to copy something, it wouldn't look close enough.
Don't ask me what that is.
Taco Supreme Sword.
It needs like okay, but now I said Supreme, so it needs like sour cream dripping down from.
Yep, that's the only difference of a Supreme taco.
Yeah, you
and
pay like a
non-Supreme.
buck more for some sour cream.
Yeah.
What else? You must get something else.
Sometimes I'll do like diced tomatoes, but sometimes that's also just default.
Yeah, we'll just add the sour cream. That works. Taco Supremosaurus.
Mm-hmm.
It's got a bit of alliteration. I like it. I'd eat it.
Wait, what's that at the tip of his tail?
That's why I said don't ask. I don't know.
It wasn't glowing.
It's like bioluminescence. Like this. That's why this thing would extinct so quick. like I can't find dinner. Hey, look above the trees. The tip of it. What's that smell?
Just go take a bite out of it.
It clearly can't run away. Look how its legs are configured.
Don't chase it too hard; it might trip and break.
Yeah, it's rough when your taco shell breaks before you.
It's hard to even to like raise these things as cattle because they're so easy to die by accident.
Yeah, you're lucky to see a picture of a full-grown adult here. I'm sorry. But you know what? This is for the kids. Kids, as we just determined, at least our youth group kids, they like tacos.
Mm-hmm.
They like dinosaurs.
Yep,
they like auctions where we raise money for them.
Yep.
So I think this is a rousing success.
Do you?
Like you can't see this, but with my hand, I'm covering up the face, and it helps. There's something.
Yeah, the face is the worst part.
Like I don't know what's happening in the mouth and the
The
goatee.
feet, like I didn't think it could get worse than the feet, but the face is the worst.
His eyes are haunting. Quick, get over here so you can draw something. We can get this off the screen.
Let's see what I draw as a new dinosaur. Okay. So I'm gonna go a different approach.
Thank you. I think everyone thanks you.
So like I'm gonna go like the approach of like if I was a scientist at the lab of Jurassic Park, right? And they're like, we need you to make a new dinosaur that will like attract the children.
Wait, I didn't intentionally go into it with that mindset, but good luck coming up with something better than mine.
But see, so in one of the Jurassic Park movies, Jurassic Worlds, it was called, the first one. That was the premise, right? And they made like this super scary dinosaur.
Yeah, they were going for scary though. They weren't necessarily going for like
they went
what the children want.
Super wrong, okay? Because they're like, oh, you know what the children will like if it's really good at hiding, and like, oh yeah, it can avoid the cameras and lower its body temperature so you can't see it, no matter how hard you look.
That is legitimately, you're right, the worst zoo animal. It's how most zoo animals feel already. Like we have the Phoenix Zoo here, and I can tell you the number of times I've seen the coyotes in the coyote exhibit. Maybe
I've seen
once.
more coyotes driving through the
in the wild.
Yeah, and then it's like because coyotes are good at hiding. That's like the part
they
of
put them in like a huge habitat that they perfectly camouflage in with.
And then it's like, oh, but they're too dangerous to feed. with anybody around. Like, so I'm just saying, like, coyotes aren't quite to that extent, but this dinosaur that they made was. It's like, you can't feed it because everyone will die. You can't see it. Worst dinosaur.
It's true.
What I'm saying is, if I was given that task, I'd be like, well, let's take all the coolest parts of every dinosaur. And if we're doing genetic shenanigans already, let's make it
100%.
crazy, right?
See, like, if there was a real dinosaur park, like, people would want real dinosaurs, and then just like Jurassic World, after like a year, they'd want people, like, I would be up. I mean, animal rights activists are probably going to be like at our doorstep. But I wouldn't mind like a real zoo that's like this, where it's like, just you take all the coolest parts of like a shark and you stick it on a tiger.
Yeah, just
you have like a real tiger shark or something.
Genetic shenanigans.
If we do it with fruit and vegetables, why don't we do it with? I mean, we do it with like probably like chickens and cows and stuff, but like that's for eating.
They're working on like making dinosaurs out of chickens. Yeah. So you can do that.
Well, I mean, they already have dinosaur chicken nuggets. That's as close as I really care.
I'm gonna draw. This is like a gate. But
is there water?
Yeah. So this is water, and there's like a gate.
What's wrong with the gate?
Well, see, like, how do you draw a gate? Like side view,
straight up and down.
Well, but then it just doesn't look like a gate. It just is a line.
Maybe I'll see it later.
I'm just saying it's a gate and drawing that, so you know.
That's how it. See, we've talked about this before, but that's how art is meant to be. There's meant to be a level of interpretation.
And there's like a dad here watching, but the kids are right, right up at the gate.
Yeah, look because at that extra detailed child.
Because of course they would be.
Right? Dad looks like a worm.
The dad's on his phone. Because even though this is the coolest thing he's about to ever see, he's going to be on his phone.
Yeah. If nothing else, parents are there taking pictures of their kids looking at the coolest thing ever. Because
they forgot how to appreciate things themselves.
I think there's a level of that, and I think also when the kids are old and teenagers and they're like, we hate you, you never do anything for us, they can be like, haven't you looked at your baby album lately? I've done lots of things for you. Don't you remember that time I showed you the coolest thing ever? And the kids are like, no! And who has a photo album these days?
Do you mean Instagram reel?
What is that?
It is the beginning of just the coolest. There's got to be.
It looks like a paraglider.
So obviously it's going to have like wings.
Oh, yeah. No, dinosaurs with wings are cool.
But then it's also going to have like this crazy tail.
It stops right at the waterline.
Goes like into the water. I'm gonna keep drawing it into the water.
Oh, so we can see the underwater view.
But it's like slightly, because that's how water works.
That is a really long tail.
Yeah, it's real long because tails are cool, and it's got spikes on the tail.
Get you a shirt that says that. Tails are cool. Sounds like something like a disturbed furry would wear, as they're wearing like their foxtail around the high school. Every high school has one of those kids. I think probably high schools nowadays have more than one of those kids. Kids are just getting worse.
And it's got. See, this isn't like a lame thing. It's got like actual pretty big feet.
Hey, my feet on my Taco Supremosaurus,
like elephant-like feet.
Oh my goodness, that is
but also like Brontosaurus-like feet.
Yeah. That is quite a foot. So you're saying the coolest part of a Brontosaurus is its foot?
Well, it also has like a long tail, like a Brontosaurus.
This thing.
And then
it's giving me some Godzilla vibes now, with like one creepy little spindly arm. Look, are those its fingers on the wing?
It's got like a real big head. Kind of like what you would expect.
I mean, yeah. I was going like, oh no.
Real big mouth.
It kind of looks like a pelican now.
Well, but you see, I'm gonna do a little. So it's got an eye right here, but then it's got an eyelid.
This is just a giant pelican dinosaur.
So the thing is,
It's a pelican, man.
it kind of looks like that, but that's because there's like with an extra. I'm gonna do it in dotted lines. So there's this like
Oh, look!
sack.
Wait, why'd you draw another gate on the dinosaur?
There's this like sack right here.
You mean like on a pelican's mouth?
But then
What
there's
the heck
another
is that?
sack.
Is that the inside of its mouth?
Yeah. But then there's another sack
It's
over
super
here
creepy.
that comes down here.
Why are you drawing dinosaurs? Internal dinosaur.
Because you have to know how,
Sacks.
you have to know how it works. Because this thing has two sacks with chemicals in it
What?
that allows it to breathe fire.
No, when we said we were going to draw cool dinosaurs today, I didn't think you're going to draw a dinosaur with two sacks. Like, that wasn't really where I thought we were going, but okay.
So
Wow,
this is fire.
that is pretty cool.
So because it can breathe fire like
That kid
kind
is
of like a bombardier.
dangerously close.
Kind of like a bombardier beetle can breathe fire.
This is the coolest pelican I've ever seen.
Yeah, well, it has to be pelican-y because that's it needs a big like mouth for the sack,
Yeah, okay.
and then it's got like a nose over here.
You're right. Dad is now he's just like being neglectful. Like that kid is about to get like
Yeah. So like this,
barbecued.
this thing, it like comes out of the water and just flies
And
and then breathes fire.
that is a lot of fire.
And you're
too.
just like, what is this thing? Like it can swim, it can fly,
It has a tail that
It has
you
a
can't even
tail.
see the end of.
that's endless,
Brontosaurus foot.
can stomp on you.
That is pretty cool. I'll admit.
It doesn't have arms. It only has wings.
It has like a little spindly, like those little
Well, yeah, like it has like
like
pterodactyl.
daddy long legs fingers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I see what you mean. They took the coolest of a bunch of animals. They took
Yeah.
like a Brontosaurus foot and a pterodactyl wing and a Godzilla tail and a pelican
it's
mouth.
It's like a stegosaurus tail. Or like the other spiky dinosaur tail.
Its
but
eyelid.
longer.
Its eyelid does give it some personality.
Yep.
You sure you don't want to do what I did and add 12 more things to the face to try to make it look better?
No, I think I would only make it worse.
I mean, this thing coming up out of the water is pretty unexpected.
Mm-hmm.
If I looked in the water and all of a sudden that popped out,
Yep. I mean, because it's the coolest.
that kid certainly is going to think so. Once he loses all of his
There's
hair,
a gate.
that gate must be much sturdier than it appears from the side view.
Yeah.
It's like when you're at like SeaWorld or something and you're standing behind the aquarium and you're like, this glass must be more tough than it looks.
It's
'Cause
also
holding back like whales.
Yeah. It's also like very well trained.
The dinosaurs?
Dinosaur, yeah.
Okay.
Because if you're gonna create a new dinosaur, why would you make it like a ruthless killer?
I mean, I guess if you get to
take-
pick and choose.
Take like a playful animal and give it that thing's brain.
You know, I've always said, and you can confirm this, nothing's more playful than a pelican.
Mm-hmm. It was an unfortunate side effect with the sack
Yeah.
and the brain of a
Yeah, they're like
pelican.
you
But
know,
it's like
this is why like, you know, trickle down, like the boss is like, we want it to breathe fire, and they're like, yeah, but you also said you wanted it to look cool. They're like, fire. My kids say they want it to breathe fire,
and they're
and
like,
I'm in charge. And
so they like make one that can like breathe a little bit of fire,
yeah,
and then he's like, "There's not enough." It's like, "Oh, then we need to make
there's not enough.
Something needs to be bigger."
Needs a second sack on the inside. They're like, yeah, but where do we put that? Pelican.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like you still need like the stomach, you know, like it has to eat.
This thing has to survive.
Like you can't just like have the whole thing be fire inside.
I am impressed.
So
what's its name?
This thing's name is just the basic awesome
See, I think yours appeals to the minds of a
I don't know how
kid.
to spell Saurus.
This is like if kids had like dinosaur toys that like they could pull them apart and put all the
Whoever
pieces
wrote
together.
this also didn't know how to spell Saurus.
They let a kid. They had a contest and they let kids name it.
Yeah,
Obviously.
it was real close. It was almost Bodie McBoatface.
That's great.
But they settled on Awesome Saurus.
I just want to point out that we do a lot of drawings that when people look at them, they must just assume that a child drew them. Everything about this drawing screams that not a 30-year-old man drew this.
This is something I would have drawn.
Yes.
Like, 'cause I was one of the dinosaur kids.
Yeah, so was I. I had dinosaur posters in my room. I had a dinosaur poster in my room that when I took it down, it went to your room.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Your grandparents were those kind of cool grandparents, too, that bought you a shirt with dinosaurs on it.
No, that was bought by my mom
Oh, was it?
at the dinosaur museum.
Wow, see?
She took me out of school one day, and we went to the dinosaur museum.
I remember the dinosaur museum. It's fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
But legitimately, you could just, like, change that to age, like, 7,
Mm-hmm.
and no one would question it.
I probably would have done a better job back then.
Well, we weren't drawing on tablets as kids. Plus, we hadn't learned the ways of pen and ink and rules.
Yeah.
But I like it. For the kids.
For the children. Well, we should probably end the episode here since it's already a long episode.
Well, if you're a child and you appreciate what we've done today, ask your parents to leave a comment.
Yeah, our show isn't for children. We mark that every time.
Yeah, I mean,
Not for
we don't
kids.
ever say anything that's like inappropriate.
We made a birds and the bees episode.
Yeah, see that episode was specifically for parents to show their kids, to bring up the topic when the kids are so confused after watching our
I
video.
think we're fairly PG.
Yeah, yeah, not like 80s PG that was just like rated R. But
Because PG-13 doesn't exist, so they just made it R.
yeah, yeah, we're like 90s PG,
Mhm.
like Land Before
Like,
Time.
there might be a few horrors that you might see.
Like, you might remember 30 years later, like watching an episode of our show, like we do with Land Before the Time and the Brave Little Toaster.
Mm-hmm.
But
I won't even say that on here because we might get in trouble.
if you're a child, you should never be watching anything without your parents' permission.
Mhm.
We just say that.
Yeah.
And if you're a parent, you should probably.
Especially in today's world, even they might
Yeah.
be showing some weird
I
things to
wouldn't
kids.
trust two grown men drawing pictures on it. Like, which parent is like, yeah.
Don't trust YouTubers
Yeah, that's a good lesson.
or anyone else.
See, we haven't given any good advice in a long time.
Yeah.
And I think this is ironic, actually, that our most recent piece of advice today is don't trust YouTubers. So should we say, like, trust YouTubers?
If you're a kid watching this without your parents,
Go tell your parents.
Go get your parents and stop trusting YouTubers.
But then make your parents watch it, because then we'll get twice as many views.
Yes. Yeah. Have the parents watch it.
And then parents, if you're watching this now because your kid has come and got you, and they've made you watch it also, go get your parents
Yeah.
and have them watch it.
Mm-hmm. And then those parents repeat the process, but
Yeah.
also show your kids.
Yeah, show your grandkids. And then kids, you can show your parents.
Yeah. I mean, if one family does this correctly, everyone in the world will see it.
That's what they say.
Well, because eventually everyone goes up
let's be real,
and
though.
back down and back up.
Nobody has probably even made it this far into our video.
Mm-hmm.
They looked at the time on the video and
said,
the
"Oh, that's
thumbnail,
not
and
for
we're
me."
like, yeah. But if you've made it this far, you could make this video have 1 million views just by showing your parents and grandparents and so on.
Yes.
And with that hope, we will leave you for the day.
Bye.
As always, we're surprised you made it this far into our video.
There's no way we could possibly ask you to subscribe to this atrocity, so we won't.
We would say share it with your friends, but it's probably better for wasting your enemy's time.
We're probably not going to get any better, but we will keep drawing.
See you next time.